the first known sample of writing is a beer recipe.
Beer's been around for thousands of years. Greased the wheels of civilization, so to speak.
I am continuing a tradition that started thousands of years ago.
And beer will be around for thousands more years, hopefully.
Take the malted barley, we'll crack the grain, what's known as cracking, expose the interior.
Rehydrate that with water to dissolve the starches and allow and hold it in a tank called a mash tun.
What's happening during that process is the enzymes are activating and they're converting the starch to sugars.
It's like if you think of Legos, a starch is a long chain of Legos all stuck together. Each one of those individual Legos is a simple sugar. And what the enzymes have been doing for the last half hour in the mash tun is they've been pulling those Legos apart. What we're going to do now is start a process that's called Vorlaufing. It's a German word, it means pre-run. It's real mashy. There's a lot of solids in there. What happens is like a coffee percolator where you recirculate the coffee through and it clarifies itself. Same thing's happening here, but we're going to do it in 2 vessels. So I'm going to run out briefly into the kettle and then I'm going to pump it back from the kettle back on top of the grain and set up a cycle.
We had bittering hops at the beginning of the boil, and we had hops at the end of the boil, and that's the aroma hops, and that's what gives the beer its strong aroma.
If we didn't add hops, it would just be a sickly sweet, cloying beverage.
This is the tank where the beer that we're making now is going to end up. It's going to ferment in here. So this is the fermenting tank. Open these valves, and the yeast is going to go into that.
As Mike says often, he says that we make wort, yeast makes beer. We just try to make the best environment possible for the yeast to be happy.
No two brewers are going to brew the same beer, and that's actually kind of what makes it exciting, is it really is. It really is an art form.
This is the beer we just, it's our golden ale. We just took it out of the fermenting tank.
Every point in the process we're testing. During the mash, is it converting properly? During the boil, are we getting to the right gravity?
This little beauty is called a hydrometer, or a saccharometer, measures the sugar content.
During the fermentation, is it progressing?
So this is at 1.6 degrees Plato, which means it's exactly where we want it to be.
We're tasting it, we're looking at it, we're documenting it from day to day.
The most sensitive instrument we have, any brewery has, $1 million breweries, most sensitive instrument you have is a trained palate.
Part of being a craft brewery is that you make excellent products, but you don't always have the luxury of really fancy pants packaging lines. We place all of our growlers, we'll place 12 of them on there, rinse them on this machine that's hooked up to the aquarium pump, them off with the sticker, the neck collar on. We'll fill them all 2 by 2 from our bright tank. And then we cap them, package them in boxes, and send them off to the world.
Drink local.
Drink local. Local beer is good beer.
Local beer is fresh.